Please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Elijah Cofield. I attend Eastside Memorial High School at the Johnston Campus. I'm 18 years old. I participate in many activities at my school, such as choir, football, basketball. I also participate in student council. I'm the student body president. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about what I've been through my 4 years at Eastside and what I'm also still going through. It started off my freshman year. When I moved to Eastside, I heard about all the bad stuff they were saying about Eastside. I'm talking about they were saying my school was a bad school. They said we had bad students there. They also said the teachers wasn't teaching well. And I just thought I didn't think it was true. From what I seen, those teachers loved me like I was their own kids. And that's no doubt about it, even the principals. I still remember the first day when I came to Eastside Memorial High School. Before that, I attended Austin High. I am in the Eastside Memorial Vertical team. I went from Zavala Elementary to Martin Middle School to Austin High. And so I transferred to Eastside. Once I came to Eastside, I walked in through the doors, and I remember seeing Connor Grady, my old principal, and Ms. Tremino was, I can't remember what she actually was, but I know she helped out the school a lot. They basically opened their arms and welcomed me in like I was their own child also. And ever since that day, I knew I was finally home. I felt home. I felt like they were my other family away from home. And Connor Grady was basically my mentor, and he was also like a father away from home. He still is to this day. Well, after that, I started getting involved in many different activities, such as football. I played football 4 years. Played my first year at Austin High, like I said earlier. Played my last 3 years at Eastside. How I got affiliated into choir was because my ex-girlfriend actually said she thought I could sing, and so I joined choir. Went to a little competition that they had. I got a 1 on my little competition paper, and so since then I've been in the males ensemble.
Tell us about your grades, and did you share how old you are?
Yes, sir. I'm 18 years old. And my grades are pretty awesome. I think I'm doing well I think I'm doing pretty well as of right now. My GPA right now is a 3.2. I have 29 credits. By the end of this year, I should graduate with 36. So I am graduating with honors. That's pretty awesome.
Tell us about when you started to get involved in youth leadership, and I think that was your sophomore year.
Well, I've always been involved in youth leadership, even if it's just taking my little brother outside to go do something with him. I was actually involved in something before I got involved with the youth leadership at my group. I'm involved with CIS, and they had this little tutoring program over the summer. And so I basically helped them with that, but I was getting paid for it. So I still felt like I was giving these kids something that their parents wasn't giving them, and that was more attention and helping them with their homework, helping them with reading, writing, math. But Eastside Memorial actually became my big leadership. That's where I finally became me as a man, as a young man, as a person. That's when I got to express my feelings and how I really felt about everything going on at my school and the big talk about my school.
So how did the youth leadership at Eastside start? What were the kind of activities you participated in?
Well, the first how it started, it actually started by 3 students. It was Darion, me, Elijah Cofield, and Paul Manny. It was all 3 of us. I like to remember is that one day Mr. Mino asked us, would you guys like to be in the leadership group? And I was like, I guess y'all asked me to do everything else, so I'm just like, all right, let's go for it. We started the group. I met Mr. Swanson. He brought us food that day. And so we got to know who he was, told us a little bit about himself. Mr. Mio also told us that he's going to help us every step of the way, and she basically told the truth. And so we started by talking about what we think our school, well, how can we change our school, and how can we show people that our school is not bad like they're trying to make it seem, and about the bad hype and the bad vibe that people give off when they think about Eastside Memorial High School at the Johnston Campus. So we started brainstorming. We visited the Capitol, I'm thinking 2 or 3 times maybe. I actually said in an education meeting, I actually spoke at an education meeting. I also got to get interviewed by the news because there was also another school there from another, I think it was from Houston. They were having the same problem, a charter school trying to come in and take over. And so they had me tell a little bit about my story and what I was going through, and that's about it.
Good.
For that.
You were focused on a couple of very targeted areas, attendance, and then that moved into doing well on tests.
Yeah, we focused a lot on attendance, and so what we did is that we tried to help every student get to school on time. We talked about how can we help them get to school on time. I know a lot of our students come in from Lamar, well, North Lamar. A lot of our students come in from farther out on Riverside. And so we had to come up with some more brainstorming on how we can get buses to go out there. Then it basically all that led into the tax test. The tax test was right around the corner. A lot of the juniors they had a lot of pressure on them. They were scared. They didn't know if they was going to pass it. A lot of them needed help. And so what we did is that we basically made little goodie bags for them. And everybody got a quote, or they wrote something good in that little goodie bag, and we dropped it in the bag. And I remember walking by a classroom that was full of juniors, and one of the juniors picked up the bag, and he opened it, and he looked at it, and he started reading it, and he called the teacher over there, and the teacher said, she said, yeah, and he was like, who wrote this? And she said, our leadership group. And he said, we have a leadership group here. And she was like, yeah, we do, and now we do. And he decided to be a part of the leadership group after that, but he left last year.
Well, tell me just real quickly the impact the leadership group has had on the testing and attendance.
We had a real big impact on testing and attendance. I think the teachers even got a little school bus to go and get kids for the tax test, if I'm not mistaken. I know Miss Buchanan, she was out getting students. I was almost late for one of my tax tests, but I heard her knocking my door, and she was like, it's Miss Buchanan. And I was like, what is she doing here? And so I got in the bus, and she took me to school. But we did pretty good. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was 92% of our students came to the tax test, and that's for every grade level.
Which is pretty good.
Yes, sir.